You feel completely exhausted, yet you haven't actually run a race or hunted for food. You feel burnt out, yet you haven't performed any intense physical labor all day. There is a specific biological name for this type of madness. Biologists call it zoochosis. It is the sound of a wild soul breaking under confinement. When a wild animal is placed in captivity, it often begins to pace. Back and forth, hour after hour. It continues until its paws literally bleed on the concrete. It has unlimited food. It has perfect climate control. It has zero predators. By all logical metrics, this animal lives in an absolute paradise of comfort and safety. And yet, the animal is going insane. Now, I want you to look at your own life through this exact same biological lens for a moment. You have temperature control. You have food delivery apps on demand. You have absolutely no natural predators hunting you in the tall grass. You are safe. You live in paradise. So why do you feel like you are slowly dying inside? Because you are an apex predator living in a cage. Your brain is not modern. It is prehistoric hardware running godlike software. It was built for one specific driving purpose: the hunt. It needs the struggle. When you remove the hunt, the brain doesn't stop working. It malfunctions. It begins to manufacture problems just to keep its gears turning and its chemistry flowing. This is why you doomscroll. That endless flicking of your thumb, that is not entertainment. That is your biological version of the tiger pacing in its cell. Biologists call this a stereotypy, a repetitive, functionless behavior caused by captivity. Your brain is scanning for a threat that simply isn't there. You check for bad news. You check for social rejection. You check for status updates. You are desperately looking for a lion in a digital jungle. There is a concept called contra-freeloading. Research shows animals will actually choose to work for food rather than get it for free from a bowl. A bear will ignore a free bowl of kibble to tear apart a log for a single grub. Why? Because the effort itself is the reward. Modern life is that free bowl of kibble. We have removed the struggle, and in doing so, we have chemically neutered our own satisfaction. You see, there are two types of dopamine: anticipatory dopamine and consummatory dopamine. The wanting versus the liking, the pursuit versus the capture. Your brain releases the massive hits of joy during the pursuit, not the capture. The chemical high comes from the friction of the struggle itself. When you order food on an app, you get the consumption without the anticipation. You get the prize without the hunt. It feels empty. This creates a dopamine ghost town. You are overfed but starved of satisfaction. You are drowning in comfort but dying of absolute boredom. In the ancient world, silence meant safety. But to your modern captive brain, silence feels like a waiting predator. It feels wrong. This is the paradox of safety. When life is too safe, your amygdala, the threat detector, does not shut down. It simply recalibrates to find new fears. It starts treating minor things as lethal threats. An awkward email becomes a tiger attack. A rude comment becomes tribal exile and death. You aren't crazy. You are just hypersensitive because your threat detection software has nothing real to do. It is bored and looking for drama. So, how do zookeepers cure zoochosis? They don't use therapy. They don't use medication. They use a protocol called environmental enrichment. They simulate the wild. They hide the food. They make the animal work. They introduce cold, heat, and difficulty to spark the instincts. You need to shock the system. You don't need to relax more. You need to stress your body in the right way to feel alive. Anxiety is energy with no place to go. Give it a job. Lift something heavy until your legs shake. Simulate the struggle of the kill. Engage in high-effort leisure. Create something with your hands. Build a business. Solve a problem that scares you. Earn your dopamine. Use temperature. Heat and cold are ancient signals. They remind your biology that you are alive and fighting for survival against the elements. This isn't about fitness. This is about exorcising the ghost of the cage from your mind. It is a biological reclamation of your soul. Stop feeding the digital pacer. Every time you scroll without purpose, you are just circling the bars of your enclosure, waiting for a keeper. Reintroduce uncertainty. A life that is 100% predicted is a prison. Go somewhere you haven't been. Get lost on purpose. Seek the unknown. Find your tribe in the real world. Humans are pack animals. Isolation is a sentence, not a luxury. We need the pack to survive. You are not broken. You are a wild animal that has been tricked into thinking it is a domestic pet. That is the truth. When you finally give the animal the hunt it needs, the pacing stops. The anxiety evaporates. The deep, restorative sleep finally returns to the body. If you stay in the cage of comfort, you will rot. The depression will eat you because it is the only predator left in the room. But the door is unlocked. That is the great joke of modern life. You walked into the cage yourself, and you can walk out. You can walk out! But outside, it is cold. It is hard. It requires effort. And that is exactly why it heals you. Neurogenesis, the growth of new brain cells, only happens when you are challenged. Comfort kills the brain. Struggle builds it. Do not fear the struggle. You need to feel small again. You need to feel that the world is big and dangerous and beautiful, and that it requires your participation. So tomorrow, do not seek comfort. Seek friction. Do the thing you are avoiding. Eat the frog. Hunt the buffalo. Do the work. Turn off the screen. The digital jungle is fake. The dopamine there is empty calories. It is high fructose corn syrup for the soul. Real life is textured. It is cold. It is hot. It is difficult. And it is the only place where you will ever find yourself. You are a tiger. Stop acting like a house cat. The cage is only in your mind. The jungle is waiting for you. You can live in the city, but you must keep the wild alive inside you. You must be the keeper of your own zoo. So I ask you, what are you going to hunt today? Or will you just pace back and forth again in the safety of your room? Feel the texture of reality. It is rough, it is heavy, and it is the only thing that is real. It is the only thing that matters. You aren't burnt out. You are just bored of the cage. Break the bars. Go find your jungle. I am not a guru. I am just another traveler trying to map the jungle. My mission here is simply to connect ideas that don't seem to fit, to reveal the truths that we need. If this resonated with you, I would be deeply honored if you subscribed to help me keep this fire burning. And please, tell me in the comments, what are you hunting for? Thank you for lending me your time.